Good evening, everyone. Good evening, class. How are you all, everyone? How was your day? It was good. Happy to know about that, everyone. I'm also fine. Thank you for asking. So yes, everyone, before starting with the class, let me first give you my introduction. So I am Disha Jain. I qualified GATE Biotechnology 2019 exam with All India rank 861. After that, I pursued MTech in Biotechnology from NIT Bhopal. And to pursue my passion for teaching, I am working with Byju's from last 1.5 years. There I was working as a biology academic specialist, and there I have taken about 1,000+ sessions, and also I have experience of mentoring 2,000+ students. We can start with the session now, everyone. So let me first tell you the topic, what we will be learning today. So yes, everyone, in today's session, we will be starting with one of the very important chapter of your 11th biology, that is control and coordination. So yes, everyone, let us first try to understand that why we are learning this chapter, why it is important for us to learn this chapter, and why it is important for us to understand that why the different body parts needs to work in a proper controlled and coordinated way. Why it is important? Anyone can guess why it is important for all the body parts to work in controlled and coordinated way? Any guesses? Okay, thank you for the answers, everyone. Let us try to understand this with a very simple example. Suppose, everyone, you are walking in a garden and one dog comes and this dog started barking at you. So in this condition, suppose you are trying to run away from there. This is not the correct way, everyone. We should not do this. We should just wait it here. But let's take an example that suppose if you try to run away from there. So let's try to understand how your body will be working in this condition. So firstly, your eyes will be seeing that, okay, the dog is here and they will be sending the signal to your brain. Secondly, your ears are here. They will be hearing the sound of this dog barking and they will be also sending the signal to your brain. Now, your brain, after receiving the signal from your eyes and ears, they will be analyzing this and they will be generating a response signal so that your body can respond according to that. Right? So what the brain will do? So if you want to run away from this condition, so your brain will be sending the signal to your legs so that your legs will start moving and you will be running away from here. So here in this condition, in this example, what we can see, your eyes, your ears, your brain and your legs, all of these body parts, they all are working in a proper controlled and coordinated way. They all are working together so that you can run away from there, right? So what we can say, everyone, why the control and coordination of different body parts are important? It is because so that your body parts can respond all together to a particular signal which is there, right? So that is why it is very important for us to know that how your different body parts will be responding, how they will be all working together, right? Now let us see, everyone, what are the different ways how your different body parts can all work in a controlled and coordinated manner. So yes, everyone, in your body we have two type of controls. The first type of control which you are seeing it here, everyone, that is called as neural control, right? So if you talk about this neural control, how this neural control is done, so this neural control, for performing this neural control, we have one very special system in your body which is called as nervous system, right? The second type of control which we have in a body, that is called as hormonal control, everyone. The name itself says it is control, or it is performed with the help of hormones which are there in your body. Who will be releasing these hormones? You have already learned about this in your previous grades. We have another very special type of system in a body which is called as endocrine system. In this endocrine system, we have different type of endocrine glands which are releasing the different type of hormones, and these hormones will be responsible so that your all the body parts will work in a controlled and in a coordinated manner, right? In this session, we have a separate chapter for studying about this endocrine system and the hormonal control. In this chapter, we will be specially learning about this nervous system and how the neural control is done. But before learning about this neural control, everyone, I just have one more question for you all. Can you all just try to recall what you have learned in your previous grades, and can you just try to tell me, in your nervous system, you have learned some special cells are there. So what is the name of those special cells which this nervous system is made up of? Yes, anyone? The special cells in your nervous system. Very good, students. That is neurons, right? So we can say this nervous system is made up of neurons, and with the help of these neurons, this nervous system is able to do the neural control in your body, right? So in this nervous system, to learn about how they will be doing the control and coordination, we have to especially learn about the neurons, right? How they will function, how they will look like. So everyone, in today's class, we will be covering about the structure of the neurons, right? So let's see how the neuron will look like and what will be the structure of neuron. So everyone, here you can see the diagram of neurons. Just a minute. Okay, so this diagram, everyone, this is taken from your NCERT only. So this diagram is, or the structure, everyone, which you are seeing it here, that is the structure of neuron. If you observe this structure properly, everyone, you can compare this neuron structure with the structure of a tree, right? You can see it is almost looking like a tree. Let's compare this. In the tree, everyone, we are having the different branches. Here in the neurons also, you can see we have so many branches. What are these branches called, everyone? You can see it here. These branches, these are called as dendrites, right? So the first thing we have compared with the plant, that are the branches of the plant, that is almost looking like a dendrites of neuron. Then everyone, if you go and if you further see the other parts of this neuron, so all these dendrites, everyone, so the first part we have compared, that is the dendrites working a structure which is almost similar to the branches of the plant. Then everyone, if you see in the plant, we have a trunk or we have a stem or the bark, you can say. So if you talk about in this neuron, the structure, or you can say the structure which is similar to almost a bark of the plant, that is this part, everyone. So this complete part, what is this part called again? This is called as axon. Okay, so this is called as axon. We will also see what is the function they will do. Let us first talk about all the different parts, all the names of the structure parts, right? Then everyone, if you talk about in the plants, when the stem they goes under the soil, again it will be having further more branches. Similarly, here also you can see, everyone, here also you can see when this axon, it will be moving below the soil, not the soil. When this axon, if you see at the end, they will be also having further more branches. These branches of the axon at the end or at the terminal, this is called as axon terminal. Okay, so what it is called, everyone? It is called as axon terminal. Okay, so this is how, everyone, you can compare this neuron with the structure of a plant. In this way, you can remember what are the different parts which are there in the neuron structure, right? Further more parts, if you see, so if you see here, everyone, just a minute. If you see it here, everyone, these dendrites, all of these dendrites, they will be all attached with this central structure, right? What is the central structure called, everyone? The central structure is called as cell body. Okay, so if you talk about how the cell body and what are the things which is there in the cell body, so everyone, the cell body, you can almost consider or you can all remember it like a cytoplasm of a cell. So you have learned in the cytoplasm of the cell, so many cell organelles are there. Similarly, in this neuron also, inside the cell body only, so many cell organelles will be present here, right? And also, everyone, if you observe it carefully in the cell body, you can see some granular structures are present here. What are these granular structures called, everyone? These granular structures are called as Nissls granule, right? Also, in this Nissls granule, if you observe it carefully, along with the cell body, they are also present in this dendrites region, right? So what are these Nissls granule, if you talk about? So these Nissls granule, they are the rough endoplasmic reticulum, that is RER, right? And what is the work of RER? Can anyone tell me? What is the work of RER? Very good. The protein synthesis, right? So here also this Nissls granule, what they will do, how they will be helping the neuron, they will be responsible, or they will be helping the neurons so that the neurons can make their own proteins, whatever is required for them, right? That is the work of this Nissls granule. Also, everyone, in the center of the in the center of the cytoplasm, you have learned they have a nucleus which controls all the activities of the cell. Similarly, here also in the neuron, you can see the cell body, the center of the cell body, they have this nucleus, which will be responsible for controlling all the activities of this neuron. So we learned about one more structure, that is nucleus. Also, everyone, if you see it further, the cell body will be further opening into another structure or another part, which we have already discussed, that is axon. And if you see this axon carefully, everyone, this axon will be covered by one sheet, or one layer is present around the axon. This sheet also have a special name. What is this sheet called, everyone? It is called as myelin sheet. Okay, it is called as myelin sheet. If you talk about who will be forming this myelin sheet around the axon, so this will be formed by these special cells which you are seeing it here. So these special cells around the axon, they will be forming this myelin sheet. These cells also have a name. They are called as Schwann cells. Okay, so we learned about the Schwann cells also. Now, everyone, if you talk about these axons, so these let us just complete about these Schwann cells and the myelin sheet. Also, if you observe it carefully, everyone, this myelin sheet, in between you will find out some of the regions where this myelin sheet is not present, right? So here, this region where the myelin sheet is not present, this region, this region, this region, this region, all of these regions where the myelin sheet is not present, that also has a name. It is called as node of Ranvier. Okay, so this all you have to remember, everyone. This region is called as node of Ranvier. After that, everyone, if you go further, you will be seeing this axon. At the end of the axon, you will see it will be having furthermore branches. So this end of the axon where it has furthermore branches, it is called as axon terminal. If you talk about what is very special about this axon terminal, these axon terminal, they will be having this knob or a vesicle kind of a structure, which will be storing some of the chemicals, right? So these vesicle kind of a structure, which is present at the end of axon terminal or in the axon terminal, it is called a synaptic knob. The synaptic knob, everyone, they will be storing one of the chemical which is called as neurotransmitters, and with the help of these neurotransmitters, what these neurons will do, they will be passing the information from one neuron to another neuron. So this is all about the structure of neuron, everyone. Let us quickly talk about what will be the function of these dendrites and axon and the axon terminal. So these nervous system we have discussed, they have so many, these neurons are present in millions and millions of number in the nervous system, right? So these neurons, if you talk about how they will be communicating with each other, so one neuron will be communicating to the other neurons. How they will be communicating? First, if you talk about these dendrites, everyone, so these dendrites, what they will do, they will be receiving the signal from all the nearby neurons, right? So the work of these dendrites is like a receiver. They will be receiving the signal from all the nearby neurons. After receiving it, they will be passing on to the cell body. After that, it will be passing on to the axon. After that, this signal will be reaching to the axon terminal. So after this signal have reached to this axon terminal, the chemicals which are there, which are stored in this synaptic knob or the synaptic vesicles which are there, they will be released, and the other neuron, other nearby neurons which are there, what they will do, again they will be receiving that signal with the help of their dendrites. So dendrites will be working like a receiver. They will be receiving the signal from all the nearby neuron, and the axon terminal will be working like a sender. They will be sending the signal to all the nearby neurons. So this is how, everyone, the neurons structure will be, and how the neurons will be functioning. That also we will be covering in the next class or in the future class in the detail, right? So let me just give you the quick summary, everyone, what all things we have learned today. First thing, everyone, we have understood why the control and coordination of all the different body parts is important. Why? Because we want that all the body parts should respond together to a particular signal. That is why it is very important that all the body parts should work in a controlled and coordinated way. After that, we have learned about the two type of control which is there in a body: neural control done by the nervous system, right? Second, hormonal control done by the endocrine system. After that, we have learned about how the nervous system works. We learned about the neurons structure. We learned these neurons have a dendrites which work as a receiver. Nasal granules are present in the dendrites and in the cell body. Nucleus is present. Axon is here, which is covered by the myelin sheet. And at the end, we learned that the axon have a axon terminal, which will be working like a sender, so that it will be sending the signal to other nearby neurons. Right. So this is all about today's class, everyone. I hope you all have enjoyed today's class. Have you? Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the session. We will be learning, and we will be learning more about this chapter in the future classes. Thank you so much for joining. Bye, everyone.